Rob Van Dam, listen to True Hill Heat. Pow.
Hello everyone, it's hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah!
Hey guys, it's Dan Rosa and welcome to True Heel Heat.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble episode 95, Extreme Double Down. This is reviewing the May 24th, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite, as only we can. Of course, that means that I am here with your favorite person to see on a Thursday afternoon, who's always in a pleasant mood and never has honest criticisms of Tony Khan in the most hilarious and mean ways. He's a man of 49,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews. He is Jimmy Macram.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Hope you enjoyed that show. It was a great 2 hours of your time watching a fucking infomercial surrounded by matches that don't matter. Brilliant. I can't think of a better way to spend my time. What the fuck? I was on such a high. I enjoyed those last two episodes so much. He said, fuck that.
I will say, if last week was the go home show, I'd be much more excited for the pay-per-view than after this week.
Wait. Dude, Moxley had a good promo. MJF had a good shocking. Completely shocked by that. How about the rest of it? The other hour and 50 minutes. Jesus.
Right. As you can tell, Jimmy Macram's in a pleasant mood. We appreciate you guys for joining us live here on Thursdays at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time with our AEW Dynamite review, AEWramble. Of course, we also appreciate you if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. Drop the thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here whenever we go live. It's a busy week with AEW Double or Nothing this Sunday. You got WWE Night of Champions this Saturday. NXT Battleground, for some godforsaken reason, is going on at the same time as AEW Double or Nothing, and Shawn Michaels had to answer those questions during the media call today. We even got Impact Under Siege tomorrow. We got New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of Super Junior final on Sunday. You got Stardom Flash and Champions on Saturday. It's so much wrestling going on, so you'll have plenty of content here and on Twitch. You're overwhelmed?
No, Big Man Dogs. It was a 2-hour episode of Rampage. Yes, fucking exactly. Okay, exactly. Thank you, sir. What the fuck?
Oh, sound off in the live chat. We love to hear from all of you. We're interactive YouTube channel here, so sound off in the live chat. If you're feeling generous, please send a super chat donation. We always appreciate those, and it'll help ease Jimmy's pain after watching AEW Dynamite last night. We got Dan in the chat who says,
"You can't tell me why this was brilliant."
We got Dan in the chat who says, "What does CM Punk and Sabu have in common? They each have punched out the wrong fan."
CM Punk punched out the right fan. Anybody CM Punk punches is their fault, and I agree completely. Have you seen his roster? I got to run through it again. Lita, AJ Lee. I don't care what he does. He's right. Period. He's right.
Roxy says good morning, everyone. Dan says good morning. We got Ace who says, what's up, SP3, Jimmy, and Chad. We also got Frantic World. He says, I guess Jimmy didn't like this episode of Dynamite. I guess so.
How could anybody have liked this episode? You might not have hated it, but how could you have liked it? How could you have watched that 2 hours and went, you know what?
I didn't love it.
That was a productive use of my time.
I think that it was a solid episode of Dynamite and a bad go-home show. And a bad go-home show.
It was bad on both accounts. I'll decide which one was worse when I get to
it.
Never know.
There was some good wrestling, some good promos.
Oh my god.
Cortine says, SP3 and Jimmy, will you guys be buying the AEW video game?
No. I haven't bought a wrestling game in, I don't know, 10 years. I'm certainly not going to buy this piece of shit. No. It's made to be an arcade. Whatever you say. Whatever makes you feel better about the shitty graphics I'm looking at. Fucking PlayStation 2 graphics. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is this? You couldn't get that part right? It's the easiest part. It's meant to be an arcade game. It's not meant to be. What the fuck?
Why are you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy.
How's that even an argument? It's meant to be an arcade game. So the graphics look like shit. What the fuck are you even talking about? All right, sure.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
The graphics don't look like shit?
Just in case there's anyone, I don't mind the graphics. I like No Mercy.
It's not what I asked you, sir. Hey, see, there you go. You said it go? Well, I don't mind them, actually. Okay.
Wait, you want the NBA 2K level graphics?
I wanted something that looks like it belongs in this generation of video game consoles. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, that's fair.
So,
that's fair. You gonna get Spider-Man 2?
Oh, yes. Fucking yes. Did you see the graphics? Like a fucking professional video game company made it. Yes. Thank you, please. Jesus.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Jimmy
2 hours of my life on this fucking show. I woke up early to watch it. For this. Oh, better things to do.
I know. I saw you make a Facebook post at like 11:30 a.m. I was like, what the hell is going on? What world am I living in?
Right?
Well, there you go. One of the other most miserable people that I know sometimes, Jimmy. Romeo agrees with you. Jimmy is right.
Of course he does. Listen, that's not true. I'm just gonna say some bullshit, but yes, the graphics are awful. They're terrible. And being an arcade game has nothing to do with it.
There you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The thoughts and comments of Jimmy Macram are his. But let's talk about last night's AEW Dynamite, the May 24th, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite from Las Vegas, Nevada. What did you think about the crowd last night for AEW Dynamite, Jimmy?
Fucking ass. And I'm not going to blame the shitty show for them because they were ass from the start.
Yes, this was a very WWE crowd where they reacted to the entrances and then sat on their hands while the matches were going on.
Fucking terrible. I mean, I know there's better things to do in Vegas, but still, you're wrestling fans. You had nothing better to do. Fucking enjoy the show.
Yeah, you went to the show on a Wednesday.
Yeah. What else you gonna do? Fucking pay some stripper to fucking pretend she likes you? Stop it. Just fucking.
Hey. Ask the great Okan. Ask the great Okan what you do in Las Vegas. He'll tell you some things to do. Don't worry. We got Dan Stein with a super chat donation. Thank you so much for that.
Free? You don't have a comment, sir?
Hey, we appreciate it.
You too should have spent your money better and fucking went to the strip club.
Jesus Christ, Jimmy. Let's not tell people to not spend on Super
The
Chat.
words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Money isn't everything, sir. I spent $150
Thank
on the Lakers, and I lost every penny, and I enjoyed it way more.
Exactly. You did that on purpose. You explained your whole theory. Hey, we made it a lot farther than you thought we would, so I'm happy. I'm happy
Absolutely.
about it. I'm happy about it. I'm totally fine.
Absolutely. Ladies, men, gentlemen out there, you come home, you find your girl cheating on you. I hope that's what she says. Wait, we made it a lot farther.
Why do you have to go analogies? The most outrageous of analogies.
Absolutely.
The most outrageous of analogies. It's like if your kid fails one semester and then the next semester he gets C's and B's. That's an upgrade.
Except you've told me. Except I've been told that your kid has one of the greatest teachers of all time, the greatest, apparently, according to Nick Wright and many others.
Oh, you never heard me say he's the greatest. He is one of.
I have not now.
He's one of the greatest.
I've met two. Where do you have him?
Top 3.
Do you have Kobe at 2?
Yes. Personal bias, yes. But yes, personal bias. But yes, he's top 3 all time. Super chat donation here we got from Roxy. Roxy, thank you so much for the super chat donation. We appreciate the love. Jesus. And she says, so are we getting a new Collision Ramble with Jimmy every week?
No. Sorry, you spent all the money for this question. It's a yes or no answer. No. Sorry.
Roxy, we are going to do a Collision review. It's just I have already made arrangements because I was pretty sure Jimmy would say no. He said he would join me for the first one. You said the first one.
Did I?
First, with Punk's return, you said that. You said that much. You said that's how far you would go.
I didn't know there were other people on the show, and I'm not sure I want to do it. Don't tell me who it is because I don't want them to think I don't like them. Not interested.
You don't like Thunder Rosa? Figures you're a Britt Baker fan.
Thunder Rosa's gonna be on the show with
you? No, Thunder Rosa's gonna be on. No, I thought you meant Collision.
No, I meant on the Collision review. No, yeah.
Hey, I'll make a call to Thunder Rosa. Be like, you want to be on the Collision review?
She come on and give her apologies. She come on, she can apologize. You know she doesn't mean it because why would she have nothing to apologize for? Fuck off.
This is also.
Let's see what I got to say for a check. Sure.
We got Ninja Morton saying I'll be here for the Collision show. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the support. And Roxy says, "Come on, Jimmy, with Punk, come on."
This first one I probably have to do it because I can't wait for them to give Punk a live microphone in front of Chicago.
Thank God they sent him legal letters this week to no disparaging of Marts and no comments on the brawl after All Out. He had to sign a legal letter, and Ace Steel has to keep his ass at home. He can't be at the tapings.
Ace Steel should definitely talk to Punk and say, "Listen, I appreciate the fight, good brother."
I think that's what happened. Yeah. He was probably like, "Yo, if this is all for me," he was like, "I messed up. I shouldn't have bit the guy that was saving your dog. I messed up. I should have bit Matt Jackson. Would have been better for us."
Well, to be fair, yeah.
Kenny Omega did nothing wrong. That's all I will keep saying. I'll stand by my statements.
Except act like a trolling jerk afterwards by biting people on the TV and that match. I didn't forget.
Oh, that was funny. Come on.
Like
that was
12.
Funny.
Oh, yeah.
That was funny.
I saw all 12 people laugh in the crowd.
You got no sense of humor. Let's go to.
I actually got punished. I laughed.
Let's go to the opening matchup on this show of AEW Dynamite. It was, of course, starting off the show with Orange Cassidy defending the AEW International Championship for the 22nd time against Aussie Open's Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher coming off relinquishing the IWGP and New Japan Strong tag team titles after his tag team partner Mark Davis was announced as injured and had to get surgery. This match I thought was really, really good. It was a really good matchup. It was a little bit on the indie-rific side, so I wouldn't say great matchup because God damn, how many times can you put Orange Cassidy on his goddamn head? He took multiple power drivers in this matchup, including a tombstone power driver where Kyle Fletcher held on to him, then picked him up and delivered a spinning tombstone power driver. He kicked out. Then he goes to the second ropes and delivers an avalanche Michinoku driver, which Orange Cassidy somehow, some way kicks out. And at that point, I tweeted, Orange Cassidy is goddamn invincible. He's unbeatable.
Clearly.
What the hell are we doing here? But a really good effort from Kyle Fletcher, really kind of showing what he can do in a singles capacity here. And once again, it was Orange Cassidy just being a little bit more resourceful than his opponent. He wanted the orange punch, but Fletcher countered. He wanted the Grimstone, which is the hammerlock power driver, but Cassidy was able to counter into a roll-up, a technical pin for the 1-2-3 to retain the AEW International Championship. Orange Cassidy now moves on to Double or Nothing, where he will defend the championship in the 21-man Blackjack Battle Royale. What did you think about this opening matchup here, Jimmy?
Fucking yawn. Cares. Stupid. It's a tombstone. No, it's a spinning tombstone. What are we doing? Just shoot him. Just shoot him. Pull out a gun and then just shoot him. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It probably would have been more effective.
Yes. I never felt more like Jim Cornette watching a match in AEW ever. Just like, oh my God, this is such fucking nonsense. First of all, how are we following this? What am I supposed to do for the next hour and a half? This stinks. First of all, I was already annoyed with Kyle when he came out in a fucking cloak. Like, what the this Halloween ass motherfucker. Like, get the fuck out of here. I hate everything about this guy. I wonder why he'd come up with the belts. Apparently he didn't have them, according to you. I was like, that would have been a cool look, because I can't take you serious with no belts in that outfit. I cannot. I know who's winning this match. This is not close. And he got washed. He didn't get washed. He
didn't get washed. He pretty much dominated the matchup until Orange Cassidy was able to just counter and just be more resourceful. All the experience from the 21 previous successful title defenses he's had, and now he's won 23 straight matches and 22 successful title defenses of the International Championship.
This is the same thing as fucking the Outcast. It's like we're stuck on part B, and we think that that's a story. Like we go from A to B, 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 C, and everybody goes long-term storytelling. No, it's the same shit with Orange Cassidy every fucking week. I've had enough. I'm over it. Do something else, or fucking take the belt off him. I'm done. We did it. Done. Let's move on. We got it. He's the fighting champion. All right. Oh. I get it. I got the fighting part.
They said the Darby reign didn't go long enough, so now they're telling the long-term story of the fighting champion who's burning the long-term
story. It's just a long story. It's just really long. Oh wow, it's like the nigga tell story. You go, oh wow, that's crazy. They just keep saying the same shit over and over. Jesus, enough. That is crazy. That means wrap it up. Get to it. There's no middle ground between Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin. There's no middle ground. We can't find something.
Nope.
Jesus.
This is the middle ground.
Thank you, big man dogs. That's way better to put than I did. Drawn out storytelling is not long form storytelling. Put that on the t-shirt. That's great.
There you go. Frantic World says get Cash to be on Collision Ramble. I did ask Cash, but he is busy. He works on Sundays, so I don't want to put too much on his plate, and he didn't know how to watch AEW live until I had to tell him that there are ways. We got Roxy who says, I love OC, but I'm ready for a new champ. We got ALW who's just fuck OC. That was bullshit. God damn. It's like levels of extremes in this chat here. We got Frantic World talking about Aussie Open getting signed to AEW. It was announced on social media following this matchup by Tony Khan that Aussie Open was signed by AEW. This follows Fightful Select reporting that the AEW was interested in Aussie Open. So was WWE, but it looked like they were going to AEW because Tony Khan actually paid for Mark Davis's surgery before they even signed with the company. So I think that was kind of the solidifying factor there that it was pretty obvious from when you found out that little tidbit. It was like, yeah, they're going to AEW, so I don't mind them just immediately announcing it afterwards.
Props to Tony Khan. It's the first time I've said it on this fucking show.
Yes,
hey, there's no rules. There's no rules. Fuck it. You just fucking it's hustle. Fucking your boy goes to prison. You slide his mom 50 grand. You got a soldier for life, apparently. Hey,
it's facts. It's facts. We've seen it in Power. Ninja Morty says Jimmy ain't wrong about the cloak. He gotta lose it. We'll even drop the cape. Yes, he has a cape.
Yeah, that shit is it's egregious. It's fucking egregious. I can't even imagine. That's the shit you'd be embarrassed when a friend walks in. What are you watching? Wrestling? Here comes a nigga with a fucking cape. Like, nigga.
What's more egregious, that or Keith Lee's cloak?
Oh, Keith Lee. Okay, in order of egregiousness, Keith Lee once he removes the hood, then Kyle, and then Keith Lee before he takes off the hood. Before he takes off the hood, it's kind of interesting. Oh, who's this big ass motherfucker? Then this gray-haired man. It's like, what the Carl Winslow just? All right, enough.
Wait, no! Why'd you call him Carl Winslow? He ain't even bald.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Wow. Shocking.
What are we doing? Josh is happy about 22 for Orange Cassidy, 22 straight wins.
Why?
Dan says, huh?
But why?
Hey, he's happy. Orange Cassidy, man, he's been putting this title is more prestigious than the TNT championship.
No,
it's the new top
mid. I disagree.
Title. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Disagree. Why?
Definitely.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that the TNT championship cannot get more than 2 months of being booked properly. At least we have a dominant champion here.
Prestigious. I love that. Wait a minute. So, all right, I'm not going to use that analogy because then you say I'm going over the top. So I'll use one slightly. Who's more important?
I mean, you're gonna go over the top.
I was gonna say when Rocket Triple H were exchanging the belts, did that make the Intercontinental Championship more prestigious than the WWF title? It didn't. Of course not, because that's not how that works. Christian is fighting for the TNT title. Meanwhile, the fucking International Championship with what's his name? Kyle Fletcher. Would you stop? No, it isn't more prestigious.
No, Fletcher is talented. Will you stop?
So what?
Will you stop just because you
he
don't
might
know
be more
him?
talented than Christian. Who's the bigger star? Who's more important? This is not even close. This is not even a real discussion.
Look at the star power in this battle royal at the Blackjack Battle Royal at Double or Nothing. Come on, man. There's plenty of star power there. Keith Lee is in the Blackjack Battle Royal.
I can't believe what they did to Keith Lee and Swerve. That's fucking egregious. How can you say this man's not racist?
Dude, the fact that we got Keith Lee and Swerve and Ricky Starks and Jay White in this Blackjack Battle Royal, when those two matches should be on their own. Like, this is one case where AEW, you have made us grown accustomed to 10, 11 matches on a card, and you have 8, and you didn't put these two singles matches on the card? Come on. What we doing,
all these bums who are saying that they just waiting for the pay-per-view for Keith Lee and Swerve, and that's the reason it's been extended for so long. Where are you bums at now? I want to know where you're at. Fucking disgusting.
ABB says Aussie Open, if they ever decide to ask for a release, Tony Khan gonna be showing up with a pipe and injuring them.
That's him getting his money's back worth.
Yeah, he's like, you're due, sir. You're due. We got Cortine who says OC always looks like he's dying the end of every match. He does. He's getting worn down. I would love if he is. He's eventually. I don't think he should lose on
Tombstone. He's fine.
Give us your prediction. Do you think that OC retains, or are we going to see a new champion out of this Blackjack Battle Royal?
He better retain, because
somebody beats you can't lose it in this match. Yeah,
no, you're not giving the winner any juice, so he's got to win.
We got Ninja Mortar saying OC got to drop to Miro, right? I mean, I would hope he retains at the pay-per-view, and then Miro shows up, and we get a firm solidifying that he's the next challenger and that it's going to be over after that.
Okay, with any upper mid-card heel, and I use that word very loosely because this booking is a mess. Beating Orange Cassidy, Miro, Joe, Hobbs, Jay White at this point. Oh my God. It's been 7 weeks now. Are we ready yet? Anybody?
Okay,
no?
okay. He put him in a battle royal. That was my breaking point. I agree with you. And speaking of which, Renee Paquette is backstage with Ricky Starks, asking him about his disqualification loss against Jay White last week. Starks was fully aware of his actions and took matters into his own hands after being attacked by Bullet Club Blood. He says this Sunday, though, he's going to be focusing his energy on winning the Blackjack Battle Royale and becoming the new international champion. At this point, he is jumped and attacked by Juice Robinson and then Jay White. Jay White was fucking hilarious in this segment, though. Did you see him doing the Ricky Starks pose?
No, I did not.
Yes, he kept doing the Ricky Starks pose. It was great. And then eventually, the Bullet Club Gold put Ricky Starks down, and Jay White tells him that Bullet Club Gold is not done making Starks' life a living hell just yet. And yes, all three of these men will be in the International Championship Blackjack Battle Royale this Sunday at Double or Nothing. And that makes me infinitely sad that Jay White's official AEW pay-per-view debut, because it is his official AEW pay-per-view debut, not including, Forbidden Door, because he was a New Japan talent then, and he was in a top title matchup then. This being his first pay-per-view after getting signed, and he's not even versing the guy he's been feuding with this whole time. He's in a battle royale. I will give it to Jimmy. This is booking malpractice, the booking of Jay White.
God.
First month and a half in AEW.
Month and a half is all it took. I don't know what he has against Jay White. I've assumed it's the fact that Jay White was considering signing elsewhere. That's the only thought I could possibly have. But maybe he's not as petty as I think he is. Maybe he's just an idiot. And he's as dumb as I think he is. Tony, that is. It's entirely possible. I don't know what to tell you. I'm waiting for the rest of you. SP3's coming around. Where the rest of you? I want to hear more about. There he goes. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Frantic World never lets me down. Main event Jay White is coming soon. Motherfucker been saying after 7 weeks. He's coming soon.
I'm hoping this will go down the Miro timeline of Miro started off pretty bad as the gamer and stuff and teaming with Kip Sabian until they finally found him a role. But yeah, it's not. And the fact that he hasn't got a live promo yet. That's the thing that bothers me the most. You got one of the best talkers in the business today, and you won't let him talk in front of the people.
As far as Miro goes, thank you, Annika. Some of you. Just reading that, it makes me laugh. It's so beautifully, not optimistic, idiotic. Probably the word I'd go for. Yeah, I see.
I don't agree with this though. John saying if he wasn't going to use him properly, why sign him in the first place? You sign him in the first place regardless. If he's available, you sign him in the first place. Yes.
Why?
You just do. You just do. Because you don't want WWE to do it. You don't want WWE to get the talent. You just sign him anyway.
If you're not going to use him properly, Jay White's not a difference maker in this war between the two of you, so why sign him? You're just adding a guy to the books and fucking ruining Ricky Starks in the process. Why? For what?
You do.
For what? Use him.
You always.
You got him.
Yes, I agree. He should use him properly. That's not what I'm arguing. I'm saying, why do you sign him in the first place? Because you do. You don't want WWE to sign him. You sign him anyway.
Why? But why don't you though? But why don't you?
That I don't know. That's the real question. Is why isn't he using him properly?
No,
that's
what I'm saying is it's because you're taking a question. You're eliminating the first part and you're going straight to the last part, which is don't sign him. You're saying no, you got to sign him. What I'm saying is, in your mind, you go, I'm not going to use Jay White properly. Okay. Now the question then becomes, why do I sign him? I'm not going to do properly. Why? For what? I have guys that can do this.
He gets it. Josh gets it because you just do. You just do.
Absolutely.
That's the thing.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Okay. I've heard that argument before. Typically came from a vagina.
Jesus Christ,
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Monogamy, because you just do. But like, why though? Like, why? I don't understand your point.
You
Keep
just
it up. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Well, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, there you go. Jimmy
All right,
was
Miro
right.
thing.
It's not over.
He said
it's
Miro
not
was. No, it's over. It's been over for a while now.
It's not over.
It's been over since he debuted. Once he debuted, I went. That is one of the more shocking debuts I've ever seen. It was fucking. You know what it was? It was fucking. I would hate to be so blasphemous because this is all time bad. No, fuck it. This is also all time bad. It's DDP. That's the stalker.
Oh no, you're wilding. Now you're wilding.
Right
now
away, I went,
wilding.
"Oh my god,
now you're wilding.
It's over." There is no
now
saving.
You're wilding. Now you're wilding. You're wilding. You went too far with that one.
Who got the bigger pop, DDP or fucking Jay White? DDP did.
Jay White got a huge pop in Long Island. He got a huge pop.
You remember DDP's pop? Come on now. I was like, it's over. It's over.
We're comparing 2001 pops to 2023.
Now
every
this
pop is gonna look inferior.
I agree.
It's gonna look inferior.
I agree. Yeah, evolution. Like people's abilities to clap has actually gone down in recent years. I remember this. Yes.
No, but I'm just saying that's when WWE that's like comparing WWE pops from 2001 to now.
Yes, the product is shit, so the pops are less. That's nothing to do with the point. The point is, it was awful, and the product isn't shit, but it's not as good as I like it to be.
Agreed.
It's not enough to bring me back. I'll put it that way.
There you go. That's fair. That's fair. You haven't made a comment about Raw or SmackDown in a while on this show.
Oh, I had an egregious comment I wanted to say because it made me fucking sick. Oh, right. I want to say this because it's been bothering me because I've never seen it before. I have seen them. I have seen the E refuse to make upper mid carders into main eventers. We've seen that so many fucking times. I've seen them refuse to make main eventers into the guy, CM Punk, Dragon, Edge. We've seen it so many times. I've never seen them refuse to make a mid-carder an upper mid-carder. And I don't understand how LA Knight is booked the way he's booked. It is infuriating. I hate it.
When I saw that report that I think it was either Work Wrestling or WrestleVotes, one of them was just like, oh, a lot of the plans that they had for people before WrestleMania they are like not gonna do those plans now after WrestleMania. And I was like, oh, this is LA Knight. This guy LA Knight written all over it because we heard all those reports before WrestleMania. Oh, wait till after Mania. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be one of the prominent guys push. This dude is feuding with books. Now that's worse than Jay White feuding with Ricky Starks. LA Knight, the guy who's getting cheered anywhere he goes, is feuding with books.
It just sounds hilarious. Like, what the fuck are we even? Rick Book? Are you fucking serious? Oh my god! At least it's on TV. I guess I'll take it. What the fuck? It's not like he has time to waste. He's not 22. What the fuck? I'm so annoyed. I'm so bothered. Yes.
AEW said, I got stubs now. Can't clap. Thanks for being insensitive, Jim. That might be one of the best comments AEW has ever put.
I actually hope he does, and then somebody just cuts off us laughing at his stumps.
No, it's the thanks for being insensitive, Jim. It sounded like a line from The Office.
Oh
man.
Oh, well.
And Romeo says, I wish Jimmy could ask these questions to Tony in their press conferences. Nobody asks the hard-hitting questions.
They do not. It's fucking embarrassing. It's one big circle jerk. And yes, Frantic World, they do it for fucking Triple H too. That's not the issue. I know it's coming. But what about? Yes, we are aware. Talking about Tony Khan. Jesus Christ.
Next we had Jungle Boy with a backstage sit-down interview here. He talks about making the drive to Las Vegas and remembering wrestling with his friends when younger down the street. Just a few years earlier, his world was turned upside down going into AEW Double or Nothing 2019. The ring gives him a purpose and allows him to be the man he wants to be, the life he chooses to live. Come Monday morning on his drive home, he'll do it as a changed man once again, but this time he'll have the AEW World Championship. Jungle Boy is much better in a pre-tape than he is with a live mic. And this was a good decision. What did you think?
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. He's not great. He's never going to blow you away. I wouldn't say he's even good. I wish I had a person to compare him to. Well, he's not going to embarrass you, but he's not going to wow you either.
He's serviceable.
Serviceable. I can't think of anybody, but yeah, serviceable.
Serviceable promo there. Next, we had a very good promo, in my opinion, as the AEW World Tag Team Champions FTR came out to address Planet Jarrett ahead of their Double or Nothing title defense. Wheeler said that it would be easy to say that Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal got where they are by the politics in wrestling, but the truth is they've outsmarted FTR every step of the way heading into the pay-per-view, but at Double or Nothing, their luck runs out. Then Dax Harwood came shooting. He was shooting, y'all. And everybody was catching strays. He said that Jarrett has broken 1 million guitars, but can't stay relevant. So he attached his name to the greatest tag team in the world. If Jarrett thinks he's the head of the tag division, but they're really just 2 rejects from TNA, and that's not going to happen. After Double or Nothing, Jarrett will have to call the Queen of the Mountain for job security, and he says that he doesn't mean Jarrett's bitch of a wife. Instead, he means Jesus. Dixie Carter. This brings out Mark Briscoe. Briscoe comes out, and Cash Wheeler immediately tells him he has every right to be mad, but not to let Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett make him look stupid. Wheeler said they went to hell and back with Mark and his brother 3 times, but Briscoe just asks Harwood what was the power driver meant a few weeks ago. Like, he understands he was blind, but you hit a perfect power driver while blind. I think that was a reasonable question. He didn't immediately get angry. He just legitimately asked him. Harwood said that it was a mistake and he wanted a handshake. The way that Dax Harwood went about this was the most aggressive apology that I've ever heard in my life. Like, this was toxic masculinity in a segment, because he's like, no, shake my hand. And Briscoe slaps his hand out of the way. He's like, no, I'm not going to leave this ring unless you shake my hand. So Briscoe slaps the taste out of this man's mouth. Wheeler tries to play peacemaker. He pushes Mark, while Mark just says, he's over this. He leaves the ring. As he's heading up the ramp, we see Karen Jarrett trying to give him a hug. He shoves her out of the way. Then we see Sanjay Dutt. He pushes him down. He slaps the taste out of Jeff Jarrett's mouth, and then he sees Jay Lethal at the top of the ramp with Santam Singh, and he grabs Jay by the face basically, and he tells him, he's like, you're my boy, but I'm tired of this bullshit. And he pushes him down as Santam Singh says, what the fuck? I'm sorry. I said ever since the Chicken Farm segment, this has been one of the most consistent build-ups going into Double or Nothing. The 4 pillars been up and down. The Elite and BCC has been like at a level at this, but as far as consistency, this has been one of the more consistent builds of Double or Nothing. What did you think about this segment here?
Much like everything in this stupid ass story, this was stupid, and I kind of loved it.
I love you say this every week. Every week I'm expecting you to be like, I hated it and stuff, but every week you say it was stupid, but I enjoyed this.
It's not my favorite part of the night. First of all, it built pay-per-view. I like characters acting like characters. Like, nobody's going to react the same way. And FTR in particular feel like aggressive, toxically masculine, as you said, kind of guys. They drink beers. They fucking tell their wife to shut their face. I'm talking here. All right. He tells them, shake my hand. I'm not going to let you disrespect me on TV. I'm like, yo.
Yes. Yes. I was like, yo, what are you, his father?
And then, first of all, Mark Briscoe. You ever seen that movie, Head of State, with Chris Rock and Bernie Mac?
Yes.
Bernie Mac gets up the train, he starts slapping people. That's what Mark Briscoe felt like going up the fucking ramp. Just
Yo, the
Like,
way
this
he
is so
shoved
dumb.
Karen was the best. The way he shoved Karen was like, no, it was like the Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle segment. The Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
with
Oh,
TJ
the dance was like, this shit is
That's
fucking
what that.
hilarious.
Yo, I was like,
As far as the promo
yo,
went, promo was
Mark
fine.
Briscoe might have won MVP with this one single segment.
I'm not mad at that. Mark Briscoe. The promo was fine. The shooty stuff. Usually I wouldn't like it, but in this fucking Jarrett verse, you know what? I'll take it. This is so dumb. I'm here for all of this. Yes, please. He called his wife a bitch. I was like, Jesus, why? All right, well, fair enough.
EVB puts this very nicely. He says, "When I can't see, I always power drive someone accidentally." Hashtag relatable. Mark is just funny, and without him, this would be bad stupid. But as it is, it's really fun stupid.
Put it on a t-shirt. It's a great quote.
Put it on a t-shirt. Really fun, stupid. And we got a super chat donation from one of our favorites, Kid Get Money. Thank you, sir. Welcome back. We always like seeing your super chats, and always the relatability with you bringing up the Jaguars, and this is no difference here. He says, I wanted to see Mark Briscoe walk off, slapping everybody on the roster one by one as the cameraman just follows him. Jags will slap the whole NFL one by one.
Absolutely. I appreciate your dedication, sir.
The consistency.
Yes, this is long-term storytelling. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Week to week is a change. A, B,
Yes.
C, D, E. Not A, B, 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 B. Jerks.
I see this is a common theme with AEW. If they plan it out properly and it's like a month or two long, it's really good. And or if they allow someone else to do it, because BCC and Elite has started after Revolution, but beat by beat it's been very well. I would just say that I would probably have done last week's segment this week. That's the only change I would have made to anything with BCC and the Elite. But that has been very, very well done as a long-term story since Revolution. As far as like this was 1 month where they just planned it out very nicely. The whole segment that starts it is them all checking on Mark Briscoe, and it's basically escalated from there. And it's been progression, like Big Man Dog says, and like you said.
It's been great. Another bit of it. Sadly, I can't even justify me liking it. It's just dumb, and it makes me smile.
So who wins at the pay-per-view, FTR or Team TNA?
FTR probably wins, but I can't believe I'm saying this. I think I want Team Jarrett to win.
I would not mind. I'm with you. I am with you. But I like this segment especially because they really kept Mark Briscoe's allegiance very vague because he slapped and pushed everyone involved. He was not with anyone. So they did this was a great segment for a special guest referee type of matchup.
Yeah, I think the reason I want Jarrett and them to win is because I don't think they have another big time loss in them. Like they've lost every big match they've had. I think they got to win this one. Even over FTR, even though it's been a quick title change. Sorry, I need more Jeff Jarrett in my life. Can't believe I just fucking said that 2023. But yes, please.
My world. Renee Paquette is backstage with our favorite babyface, Sammy Guevara. Paquette tells Guevara that MJF wanted to relay a message to him. The offer still stands for Guevara to lay down at Double or Nothing for the money. And Guevara says, hell no. He's not for sale, as his whole life people wanted to buy him out of his dreams. He used to work at this store, and they told him to get serious and stop being a kid. And he will tell MJF the same thing that he told them. He says MJF can shove the offer up his ass, and he is the man who will take the AEW World Championship from Max this Sunday. Why are y'all doing this? No one wants to like Sammy Guevara. I'm just making this clear. I understand this is supposed to put more danger and more suspense in MJF losing the championship because he's going against 3 baby faces, but no one wants to cheer Sammy Guevara.
Oh, this was just a mess from beginning to end. Sammy's not a great promo. That's number one. He is not a great babyface. What he said makes no sense. Sammy Guevara is not for sale. Ever since wait, time out. You were for sale a couple weeks ago, sir. What the fuck are you talking about? All right, well, whatever. It's just he's doing a babyface promo and that fucking fur jacket he's got. This stinks. This whole thing stinks. I'm sorry. Everything with Sammy is just awful. Just keep him heel. Why? This is not even difficult. And then we're in a no-win situation. Either he stays babyface, or there's a swerve at the pay-per-view, which nobody cares about because we don't like him. So him turning back heel is as it should be. Yeah, it's a jerk. Whatever. Oh, boo. I love the silence from the crowd. It's the only thing I loved it all night. Absolutely. I'm sure this nonsense. Boo.
And Annika says it perfectly. We ain't in Texas anymore. We ain't in the slave states, as Jimmy would say. Yeah, the crowd did not respond to Sammy as a babyface at all throughout the night. Next we had the House of Black defending the AEW Trios Championships in another open house rules matchup, this time against Blake Christian, Matalik, and AR Fox. The stipulation chosen by the challengers was basically Lucha Libre rules, which is one man in, one man out, one man in. I do like that the AEW listens to the fans because the fans didn't like it being pitch black on the crowd and they needed some lighting aesthetic. This looked cool. I don't know how long this is gonna last either, but it looked like a rave concert more than a wrestling match. Yeah, I mean, you preferred how it was before, right?
Yeah, it slowly got brighter throughout the match.
Yes. I do prefer that a little bit more. And this match was basically an all-out sprint. It never really slowed down because of the rule with one man in, one man out. So I did enjoy it. Think it was a bunch of fun. AR Fox looked really good in this one. Nice little dive to the outside on a whole pile of competitors. But the finish was just the best part of this whole matchup because of the rules with the open house rules, with the no rope break. We had Buddy Matthews basically paying tribute to his missus Rhea Ripley with the prism lock on AR Fox. AR Fox made it to the ropes, but there's no rope breaks in the open house rules match, so the referee could not break the hold. He kept the hold on. Matalik tried to get involved, and Black got him into a leg lock, and then Blake Christian tried to get involved, and Brody King just yoked this man up. Yoked this man up, put him over the top rope, and then made him hang there like he was lifeless. Oh my God. I love how badass they looked in this finish. This was a very well done finish. And then, like I said, I thought the match was a lot of fun. What did you think about this title defense from House of Black?
I have a question. Is it legal for 4 people to be in the ring at once? Like, how's that finish legal? I've never seen these rules before.
What happened?
Like, it's one man in, one man out, but there's 4 people in the ring. 5 if you count Brody. All right.
Well, he was focused on the guy in the submission, so I understand if he was just like, well, fuck these guys if they're just going to be in a submission. They're right there. It's totally fine. They're not getting involved.
Sure. That's good. This was what it was.
You never watched Lucha Libre before?
But I understand that there's no rules. I understand that we're all pretending that this makes sense. I enjoyed this match. AR Fox probably an MVP to me. The fact he kicks Brody like 2 or 3 times and then nothing happens. He goes, "Oh shit!" I cracked a laughing.
I love the spot where he's about to like go do a dive, and then he like goes to the rope, and then he sees Brody. He's like, "Oh."
This is fun. House of Black is great. As always, I don't know if we need this match on this card. In fact, that's not true. I do know we don't need this match on this card.
I thought this match was here to set up what they're gonna do at the pay-per-view, but instead it sounds like they did it at Rampage to enter Roxy saying, "I can't believe House of Black is not on the pay-per-view." It sounds like we're gonna get the what we've been saying for weeks, the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass versus House of Black at the pay-per-view.
Who runs this place? Is it still the same guy? It's still the same guy. What the fuck are we doing? Why is it competent one week and not competent the next? That's not really possible. That's not really how that works. Whatever. Match was fun, I guess. Sure.
It was fun for what it was. Dan says Brody flipping over the ropes backwards seemed underappreciated. Huge spot for him. I mean, Brody King is just awesome. We've been saying that for months.
Love that. Just because he's gigantic means he's not an athlete. Like, it's not that difficult for him.
Yeah, he's athletic
on
as
his
hell.
knees, but that's about it. Yeah.
Next, we probably had my favorite part of this whole damn show. After a recap of the Elite reunion last week, we go backstage to the Blackpool Combat Club. Bryan Danielson says they have two objectives this week: to win the ROH World Tag Team Championships with Claudio and Wheeler defeating the Lucha Bros. However, the bigger objective is this Sunday when they end the Elite in Anarchy in the Arena. Jon Moxley, then he's like, oh, I'm in my bag. We backstage, about to drop some bars. He says that the BCC does the job the way it's supposed to be done. There is no one in this business better than they are at stepping up to the plate when it really counts. He says that we make people spend money out of their wallets on the greatest sport in the world, and the BCC will deliver on Sunday. In a storm of violence, they will stay calm and show the world the difference between professionals and amateurs. Drop the fucking mic every single time. I love this group as heels. They knock it out the park every time. Every time I see we're about to get a BCC backstage segment, I'm like, oh, here comes my favorite part of the show.
Dragon is as the hype man. The crowd warmed up for a minute before Moxley comes in and does his 2-minute thing, which is always great. He does not miss. I was here for all of this. This was great. It might not be Moxley this promo tonight, quite frankly, but this was great. I loved it. Always. Yes.
They are always so good.
I still think they need a couple more people though. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, and I think we're gonna get that at Anarchy in the Arena, but I'll get your prediction on that when we close the show. Roxy says BCC looking like skinheads with those bomber. I'm sorry, those bomber jackets though. I kind of want to cop one. I wouldn't mind copping one of those BCC bomber jackets. I would cop it. I ain't mad at it. Big Man Dog says I still think Wheeler looks so out of place, but this was good. I don't think he looks out of place. You need a young boy. You need a young boy to beat up. And what I saw after the main event of them bullying him for messing up during the matchup, this is why he fits his role in this group.
No, you need a few young guys in this group. I think. In fact, he's the only young guy in this group with a bunch of 40-year-olds. Feels kind of weird. I'm getting Neverland vibes.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. What?
Sorry. I'm just saying. You don't want something.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
You're the one that said we need a young boy around. That's what you said. Yeah.
Hey,
right. I guess.
They have a young boy.
Yeah, but they do. I'm just saying.
Listen up, you prick.
That's what Willow says on his knees.
Whoa.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
That was over the top.
You think? You got big man dogs like Michael Moxley. Jesus Christ.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Like these three old men hanging around this young kid, like for what? They all like take turns. It's just so weird. Like, why?
Everybody just saying, wow.
It's not weird. Just three old men. We hang out with this young kid for. Does you have old men thing to do?
Okay, let's move on.
You know, tell her where that old dick been. All right, what do you say, sir?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm joking. You're all wonderful people, I'm sure. And whatever consenting adults do is their business. And yeah. I'm joking. They all have wonderful wives.
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
Someone said it. Someone said it works. He works with children. Just saying. That's your boy. That's your boy right there. Speaking of him, one of his greatest rivals had a promo next. MJF, the AEW World Champion, came out to speak about Double or Nothing before he heads to the ring. He throws a cup of water after taking a sip of it on Tony Schiavone. Goddamn, Tony. Always he going after you. MJF makes
his laugh is hilarious, by the way.
Yes.
Taz just cackling like a
Taz has a great time with all that. MJF says it's funny they call this Sin City because it should be called Virgin Vegas. MJF said that he wants Sammy Guevara's tongue to get stuck in a light socket. He said he wants Darby Allin to climb Mount Everest with his shoelaces untied. He wants Jack Perry to get thrown into an echo chamber and have to listen to himself talk and bore himself to death. He says it doesn't get more homegrown than the four of them, though, as the four of them didn't have the cheat code of already having the crowd know who they were when AEW started due to being on national TV before. The four pillars aren't just a part of AEW, they are AEW. But MJF doesn't want to be a part of it anymore. He says as he's sick of the lack of competition and the fans not showing him a respect. And he says that Tony Khan knows that his contract is coming up, so it's not a shock to him that he's in a match where he doesn't need to be pinned to lose his title. He says, I know you hate when I bring up my contract, but he might just take his ball and go home since he's earned it and no one else can keep up. While the other three men in the title match are talented, much like everyone in the back, no one is on the level of the devil. They need to make that a t-shirt, like immediately. Darby Allin then comes out. He walks to the ring, and MJF demands his music get cut. And he says it's nice of Darby to wear some stilts to the ring. What type of shoes was Darby wearing? That was really wild. Especially when they zoomed out and you actually saw it. It was like, what the fuck are you wearing, dude? Allin says that he's lost a lot in his life. And after he graduated high school in 2011 and working at the 99-cent store where he was cleaning the toilets, he realized that's not what his life was supposed to be like. AEW allows him to be who he wants to be. AEW allows him to skateboard with Tony Hawk, crash cars with Trez Pastrana, and yes, next year he is going to climb Mount Everest. Allin said that he needs to win the AEW World Championship on Sunday to become the face of the company, and he will. And maybe he will even do it with a headlock takeover. MJF says, nods and just says, punt right to the dick because he's MJF. He's about to hit Allin with the Dynamite Diamond Ring. He's measuring him when Sammy Guevara's music hits and he comes down to the ring to absolutely no pop at all. Sammy Guevara runs off MJF, who bails to the ramp, but then he hears the music of Jungle Boy Jack Perry. He attempts to hit Jungle Boy with the AEW World Championship, but Jungle Boy's able to duck, hits him with the lariat, and then picks up the AEW World Championship to stand tall as all four men seem ready for this Sunday. Not the hottest of go home angles, and I felt like out of all the feuds and all the buildups heading into Double or Nothing, this was the one that needed to hit a home run. I don't know what you would do differently. Like, I know what I would have done differently with Anarchy in the Arena to, push it home and give you the final sell, and I'll get to that when we get to the main event. But with this one, I don't know if they should have done maybe all four guys with the live mic again, because that was really the strongest segment that featured all these guys, was the original segment with all the four pillars, but there was problems with that, with Sammy going a little too shoot style with that one. But I don't know. I don't think this was the hot go home angle that this feud needed. But what did you think about this segment?
There is no hot go home angle for this. This is a match that shouldn't exist. This is a match that shouldn't be happening. because you all want to see 4 pillars because they're called the 4 pillars or the 3 shield members or the 4 horsewomen or the fucking 3 blind mice or the fucking 3 stooges or whatever the fuck you guys want to see because it fits a fucking number. I don't understand why we're having this match at all. Darby's the only one even kind of worthy of a championship match in the main event of a pay-per-view. Why are we doing this? And it flops because nobody likes Sammy. We decided to turn a babyface for some reason. They all told sob stories, which did make me feel bad. Just kind of annoyed because I've already heard this, I thought. But no, it was actually the other guy who said this, and the other guy said that. And it's just 3 young people whining and MJF being a dick, and it's fun. And it's just whatever. Sure, whatever. It's your company. Feel free. You know who might work in this spot? Jay White. You know what? We'll do. Never mind. We'll talk about that. No, we'll get into it. I will. Jesus.
We got Big Man Dog says MJF has been watching Moxley promos to learn gore lines. Yeah, he was going hard on these guys. He was
outrageous. That shit was hysterical. Mount Everest with your shoes untied is hilarious. It just is.
Romeo saying sob stories all over the place. The problem with Darby's promo, because I thought Darby out of the other 3 pillars did the best out of the 3 promos that we heard from the 3 guys on the night. It's just that we've heard it before. We've heard that you slept in your car. We heard that you want to beat him with the headlock takeover. We needed something new here to grip us in and talk. You know what they haven't really done. None of them. Talk about what you've done here. Talk about what you've done in the past 4 years. Darby Allin, a former 2-time TNT champion. I've been the likes of Samoa Joe. I've been in the ring with Jon Moxley. I took him to the limit. I took Chris Jericho to the limit. I've been this guy. I've been in that guy. I need to beat you to win the war. Yeah, I know. I was trying to avoid not saying it because that's the person that I think all of them could be saying because Sammy beat him too. Sammy could say that too. Like I beat Cody. But they need to talk about what they have done in AEW in the past 4 years to earn this opportunity, and none of them have done that. They've all been talking about what they did before AEW more than they've actually done in the 4 years that they've actually been in this company.
That's a fair point. I wonder if this was produced separately because now that you mentioned what he should have said, I'm thinking about what he actually said, and I realized why it bothered me as much as it did. MJF goes on and on about AEW and he wants to leave, and then Darby comes out and just no-sells all that shit he just said and goes right into the sob story. It's like, sir, shouldn't we acknowledge what the fuck he just said? It feels like
it's like interviewing one-on-one. You have to listen to your subject to know where the interview is going. You have to, if you're going to cut an interview or cut a promo, listen to what the guy just said. Like, you want to leave this place, but he could have said the same thing, but he said, this is why I really emphasize and get over the fact of why you want to be in AEW. And I know he's done that in other promos, but that would have been the natural response to what MJF was saying.
It would have been fucking better than that shit. Oh, my life sucks. Well, maybe you should wear different boots. Sorry. These are not working.
Yeah, this is the perfect way to describe it. The story started off good, but it's been up and down. And
did it?
I thought it,
but did it though? But did it?
It did. I thought the original promo with them interrupting the rebar mitzvah, I thought that was a good segment. That was a really good.
I get to use my writer's pen, but my first question would be: isn't it a fucking coincidence that all 4 of these guys showed up here and now? It's a bit odd. It seems a bit on the nose. Shouldn't we have spread that out a little bit? Oh well, whatever. Sure.
And EBB saying yes, it's like they're not actually responding to one another's words, but just reciting lines and don't care what others just said. Yep, pretty much.
To be fair, there might be a difference between somebody who's good and somebody who's not. Like MJF, Punk, they never make that mistake. They'll get there.
That's what made the Punk and MJF feud so good is that they were responding to each other's promos.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Hey, who knows? Well, we're here now. The match is going to be great. Their match is going to be great.
So what?
I think it's pretty obvious who you think is going to win, though.
It's pretty obvious who everybody thinks is going to win. It's pretty obvious who should win. It's pretty obvious why we shouldn't have this match. A lot of things are pretty fucking obvious, but here we are. Regardless, well, fuck it. It's only the main event of your pay-per-view. 5 you have in a year, 6 now. Ah, well, fuck it. Who cares? It's fun. 4 pillars. You get it? So it's a fatal 4-way. Shut up. Oh my God. What are we doing?
We should all blame Romeo because he was the one that was really pushing for this before it happened.
Was he?
I agree with that. Yes, he was. He was. Next we had
never need to see ever.
I think you were right. This was another one where I'll say you were right in the long run that they probably should have either one or the other. They should have either done one of these guys going after it before we get to the pay-per-view, like in April. We should have had like Jungle Boy versus MJF for the championship and lose, or Sammy and Darby accidentally cost him to set up the 4-way matchup. The fact that this is now 2 months we've gone without seeing MJF in action, that's another problem as well.
You know what's shitty fucking I hated as a kid, but might have worked here if it was condensed more? JBL title reign, which I hated as a kid, but I loved it now looking back on it because he's hilarious. JBL beats I think Eddie first, then Booker T, and then The Undertaker. Then they do a fatal 4-way at some pay-per-view. That might have worked here. Because he cheated all those guys out of the match. Then it's like, fine, you fight all of them. That might have worked here. But no, you have them all come out and make shoot comments. They turn Sammy babyface. I think the Sammy MJF part is the best part.
Yes.
Like with Rails of Ease.
And that's what confuses me of why they think we're supposed to cheer Sammy Guevara after that. After that was so good, and that was the best part. Right? That was the best run. The best story thread of this whole entire story was Sammy being convinced to go along with MJF, them working against Darby and Jungle Boy. And I was so high after the tag team matchup that made this match official. And then they just like the next week, the vignettes, that was well done. But everything from that Sammy's vignette onto last week and this week, it's just been like they were at the high, and then it's just been like they're not all the way down here, but they're petering down instead of ending at the peak.
Right. You never want to end on the come down. I was gonna say something awful, but you know what? I'm keeping it clean. I already overdid it to Michael Jackson stuff.
This is a good comment saying Jimmy is rationalizing SP3 to the dark side. Big Van Dog says.
On the dark side of the force. You feel better.
Similarly, we get a vignette of Wardlow talking about how he knows Christian Cage has a history with ladders, but he says so does he, and that's a reason why he is the face of the Revolution, showing highlights from his win at AEW Revolution 2022 in the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Arn Anderson asks Christian if he can imagine the damage that can be done when Wardlow has a ladder in his hands, but he will find out in what. He looks at his fingers. 4 days. What a coincidence.
There needs to be a study done on why Batista works, because I really am looking at this guy and I see Batista and it doesn't work. Why does that work? Why does Wardlow feel like such a douche? Why did Orton feel like such a douche sitting there in a suit? I'm supposed to cheer you, but I don't. You feel kind of slimy. Why does Batista work? I really need this to explain to me. I don't know why. Well, maybe that's why he's an actor. He's just really good. I don't know. I'm so confused. This didn't work for me at all. At all. Wardlow's haircut, his suit, his watch. He screams, "Guy I should be booing." And they want me to cheer.
The fact that this whole feud has had Wardlow talking more than Christian disturbs me.
That's a great way to just put it. Yeah. That's the problem with this feud. That was an easy fix. Pillars 4-way, that's a hard fix, but fucking Christian talks more is a pretty easy fix.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy fix for this feud. Is Christian should have talked more in this feud. Next, we got Taya Valkyrie going one-on-one with Lady Frost making her debut on AEW Dynamite. I like Lady Frost. I think she's very talented, but it just seemed like these two didn't click very well. They had an all right matchup. Taya was trying to gain some momentum ahead of her matchup with Jade Cargill, and she did just that, hitting the road to Valhalla on Lady Frost for the victory in this one, while Jade, as well as Layla Gray and Smart Mark Sterling, watch from the ramp, and Taya asks her to come down after the matchup ahead of their TBS Championship matchup at Double or Nothing. What did you think about this matchup, Jimmy? And who do you think wins at Double or Nothing, Jade or Taya?
Jade, it's over. Who cares? It's dumb. Sorry. Nobody buys Taya Valkyrie beating Jade. I'm not sure I buy anybody beating Jade. I think there's one person who could beat Jade now. First of all, if you're waiting for Statlander, I can't think about how horrible of a plan that is. I love Statlander. She's in my top 3, 5, whatever. Love her. But if Injury Prone had a name, it'd be Anthony Davis. But after that, it would be fucking Chris Statlander. It is what it is. I'm sorry. None of my plans would revolve around Statlander for another year, so I'm sure I can kind of trust her body. It's not happening. Get over it. That said, Jay wins. You should probably put the belt on fucking Willow. I can't be honest. When I heard about the Mercedes Monet thing, I saw her raise her hands, that shot of fucking Willow with the belt, raising her hands, I went, that just looks right. I can't think why. It just looks like the way it should be. Holy shit.
Go to Willow. I would say go to Willow for sure. We got Annika, who says the breakup of Evolution was perfect, and after that, Batista beat Triple H for the title, not the IC title, the World Heavyweight.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, it is one of the greatest long-term stories ever, from November to Red Mania. After that, it became a fucking Triple H feud. But you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah, it's just Triple H fighting somebody multiple different times and ending in a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, Triple H talks 20 minutes. Guy fucking gets the better of him. Triple H beats him up. Then he talks 20 minutes next week. We got it. Seen this, kind of over it. Yeah, you know what? But to be fair, the MJF fucking Wardlow thing was perfect. It was a great long story.
It was. Fell off a cliff. It fell off a cliff because he said he wasn't going after the top title. He instead focuses on the mid card title.
Oh my god! You might have pointed out where he died. Fucking, we all realize Wardlow's a fucking idiot. Like, sir, do you not understand how that breaks all logic? I'm gonna beat.
Yeah, he was like, I don't want to go after the interim championship. I'm gonna wait for CM Punk to go back. No, you should win the interim championship so you'll be the first person to verse CM Punk when he comes back. That's
holy shit. Just like, oh no, Wardlow's a fucking idiot. All right, well, that's a shame. That's a shame. That's the difference between him and Batista. Wardlow's a fucking idiot. Oh, that's why it doesn't work. Gotcha. Fair enough.
Great stuff. Ninja Mortis says, put the belt on Taya for God's sake.
No,
I was with you like a month and a half ago, but after they made her look like an idiot in their first matchup, I don't see how you could turn back and have her win now.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
And Ninja Mortis also adding, let Jade take a break, get her on a TV show like a reality style or something.
I had the same thought. Not like take a break though. That's what Rampage should have been. It should just be 30 minutes. You do 30 minutes of your fucking wrestling nonsense, and then the other 30 minutes is just skits with Jade and the baddies and Nyla Rose if you can. Just fuck it. Nobody's watching anyway. Just have fun. Make a good show.
Hey, Nyla Rose is on Rampage this week, so I'm happy. Anytime Nyla Rose can get any type of TV time, I'm happy. We go backstage to a pre-tape with your favorite Tony Khan. Tony Khan is backstage.
Look at that face. That's your hero? Look at that fucking face. Crackhead baby face. Enough of this. Ugh.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Get ready. He's going to do it again this Sunday.
Cocaine eyes.
He says that it's great to be back in the MJF Grand where it all began for AEW. Khan said that Collision starts a new beginning for AEW, and he runs down the dates he listed last week for the Canadian tour and then the show in Newark in July. And he announces finally the first episode of Collision will happen on June 17th at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. Right when he said the arena, the crowd popped. There was a smattering of boos, but you immediately heard a CM Punk chant afterwards. So it is official. CM Punk is on his way back, and Collision's debut will be in Chicago at the United Center. Does it sell out, Jimmy?
Probably. I would bet more that it does than it doesn't. I mean, you got CM Punk. At least you would have to assume you have CM Punk. Yeah,
apparently tickets been selling very well for the pre-sale today, so it looks like it's
let's say I heard the opposite, but yeah, pre-sale.
No, for the other shows, for Collision, it has been moving, but today for the Chicago show,
I would imagine
selling very well.
Both of those things sound right to me. One is CM Punk, and the other is why am I buying a show to a 2-hour fucking Rampage? I'm not interested. I don't watch it on TV. I'm gonna fucking go. Absolutely not.
Romeo says Tony was pissed when NXT ran 3 hours before him. Imagine now when it's on at the same time. All those people in Tony's mind watching Peacock instead of Double or Nothing.
Fucking, I remember he said he wasn't gonna take it. What did he do about it? Fucking nothing, because there's nothing you can do about it, motherfucker. Who do you think you're talking to? Vince will strangle you in your sleep and do awful things to whatever woman's around you.
Jesus Christ! What are we doing?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm sorry. You kind of got to be an awful person to end up being Vince McMahon. So I'm not shocked by anything I find out about Vince.
That's fucking bullshit.
I'm sorry. If you look at Vince's life, after you get past the first 3 or 4 things, everything else just sounds right. You go, that sounds right. Yeah. Awful things, beating the government, strangling fucking his competition, lying to his dad about what he's going to do after he dies. Yeah, this all sounds like Mr. McMahon to me. Yes, I buy all of this. Yes. Do you believe he did that? There's no proof. The proof is his life. That's the proof.
Like, who are we talking about here? Are we talking about the same Mr. McMahon? Alice Marvez.
Yes. Fucking yes, I do.
Alice Marvez is backstage, guys. I'm just going to move on swiftly. Is backstage with Hangman Adam Page. He asks him about his status of his friendship with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Page says that his relationship with the Bucks was always best of friends, while he and Omega were something different. He said that despite, what they've been through, he views Omega as family, and they find themselves at Anarchy in the Arena. They've tried talking about what the BCC has done to them on the road to Double or Nothing. He says they tried to take his eye. They tried to take Matt's arm. They tried to take Nick's shoulder, and somehow they cost Kenny Don Callis. At Double or Nothing, the BCC will pay for what they've done in blood, which I'm sure John Moxley was like, ooh, talk to me nasty. Really good promo. I mean, I'm gonna stop like saying it like it's a surprise. I mean, Hangman Adam Page has slowly but surely become one of the better babyface pro. He's not on Moxley's level, he's not on Kingston's level, but he's in that top 5 conversation, best babyface promos, maybe in the business, but definitely in AEW.
I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that take. I ain't mad at this promo. I mean, the promo was good, but like, WWE overproduces this shit in AEW. He's standing in front of a bunch of crates. What the fuck are we doing? It's a professional organization.
The one change I would have made to this whole, for build-up purposes and everything, have Omega interrupt this interview, and like we have them kind of just be like, no, them both say, no, we're family. We're gonna come together at Double or Nothing, because Omega was very like the main person in this whole show that was like missing from the show. Basically,
was he actually missing? Like,
I don't know, because I don't know we didn't hear anything. Like, he's like didn't make it to Las Vegas.
I can't imagine you wouldn't have him on the show. He's got to be. Yeah. He's got to be not there, because him not being on the show is wild. Yeah. So I assume that's why. Anyway, this one was fine. It didn't tell us anything new. I mean, kind of whatever. This is what it is. They did that on BTE. Oh, great. Another show.
That don't count.
Of course, Frantic World watched it.
I watch BTE.
I bet you do. You have kids, though. You're stuck at the house. All the rest you need to touch some fucking grass. As the great CM Punk says. Touch some fucking grass.
I watch BTE. I watch BTE, but that's not this show. It needs to be on this goddamn show. That's what I'm saying.
Fair enough. I don't. To be fair, you think that would have helped? That probably would have helped. I think you sold it last week. Last week was the big angle. You needed something here. I don't know what you needed here. You said swap. That probably works, but
no, I wouldn't even go that far. Like I said, I would have had Kenny here, and then I'll talk about what they would have, what I would have done in the closing segment. But like you said, that all depends of if Kenny was actually there or not. Because if he was there and they didn't use him, that's just more booking malpractice. If he wasn't there, then it's like, okay, what can you do? But next, we had Adam Cole and Chris Jericho come out for their contract signing ahead of their unsanctioned match coming up at AEW Double or Nothing. Jericho was with the JAS while Adam Cole was with Roderick Strong. And I will say, I thought Adam Cole's promo here was really, really good. He says for weeks, he wondered why Chris Jericho handcuffed him and forced him to watch Britt Baker beaten with a kendo stick by the Outcast. Cole said that it could be because Jericho is a scumbag, but it's because he believes he is invincible. They will find out how invincible Chris Jericho is on Sunday, as the blood will be on Cole's hand. Cole says that he can't beat up Jericho tonight, but on Sunday he's gonna break. He will see how well he can walk when he breaks both of his legs. We'll see how well he can talk when he shatters his jaw. We'll see how well he can write when he breaks his hands. So hurry up and sign the paper, bitch. Jericho then before he wants to sign the contract, he says that he's not a bitch. He's not from Vegas. Before Jericho contract, he threw it to the big screen and he says, "You want to see who's really a bitch? Let's see what happened to your girlfriend." And we see her getting beaten by the kendo stick weeks ago. Jericho questions what kind of man Cole is to allow that to happen. Jericho said on Sunday he'll knock Cole's teeth down his throat, as Cole knows he can't beat the Ocho. Jericho signed the contract and says there is 5 of them against only Cole and Strong. And Cole says that he realized this, and he said that he made a phone call to someone that he has idolized, that who is crazy. And Jericho questions who's crazier than he is. And Cole says, well, he is someone that is suicidal, homicidal, genocidal, and he's from Las Vegas. It is fucking Sabu in 2023, in the year of our Lord 2023. Sabu was on national TV, ladies and gentlemen, and Taz couldn't believe it. Taz was like, I know that guy. Sabu walks to the ring. He gets in the ring. He starts posing. Cole throws a chair to him, and Sabu launches the chair at Matt Menard's face before the Jericho Appreciation Society bails out of the ring. And it was made official on social media. Sabu will be the special enforcer for this unsanctioned match between Chris Jericho and Adam Cole. I was not expecting Sabu at all, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. I marked out because I'm an ECW mark, but it was so random. So random. Jimmy,
I wasn't expecting Sabu.
Was not expecting Sabu.
No, I think that goes for everybody. All of this is just wrong. Again, a vacuum, it's fine, but all of this is just wrong. Adam Cole, for all these threats about what he's going to do when he gets his hands on Chris Jericho. Meanwhile, he had the perfect opportunity just last week to do whatever the fuck he wanted to Chris Jericho. No Jericho Appreciation Society. He's outside the fucking building. You can go fucking ham, and he did not a thing. What are you even talking about? Not to mention he's going to do none of this pay-per-view. He's not going to do anything he said he was going to do. The only way this works is if Cole comes up there relatively calm. Then Jericho shows the footage. then Cole snaps, which I guess would work. And then don't get me started on Sabu. What? I too did not expect Sabu. And I too don't know what to make of it. The fuck are we even doing? I don't hate it or love it. I just what?
I don't know, but I marked out. I was like, what? What are we doing? Hey, I once smoked a vape with Sabu. So hey. That's something I could say in my lifetime. Smoked a vape.
We'll say he looks
Sabu.
great. How old is Sabu? 50, 55?
It's gotta be like late 50s, early 60s.
To be fair, he's always looked on the older side. He's not aged.
He's had a life, to be fair.
Yeah, this is sure. Boy, at this point, I went, okay, this is a shit show. And I
will say that I do think that AEW does contract signings very well, where they don't have always the predictable ending to the contract signing, and it's always pretty memorable when they do it.
That is a hell of a way to put it. It's not predictable and it's memorable. Sure. Next time, just have fucking Jericho pull his pants down, take a shit on the table. Like, okay, nobody was expecting that. No, what the fuck would I
expect? That's memorable.
I expect Sabu to show up. Why? For what? Well, he's from Las Vegas. Oh, fucking K? There's lots of people from Vegas. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, my God.
says, it was like they were in the producers meeting and someone just randomly went and out comes Sabu. And Tony just must have thought, oh, you're serious? Yeah, let's do it.
You think we can get him? Yeah, I'm sure Sabu will pick up the phone. What else is he doing?
I'm pretty sure, especially if you're paying. Sabu will show up.
What the fuck? Holy shit. Who's running the show?
Annika, to be fair, she says that 58. My dad is 56 and looks better than Sabu. Your dad didn't be in a barbed wire everywhere match with Terry Funk. To be fair, so
Sabu, yes, he's very old looking. And to be fair, he never was the prettiest motherfucker in the world. Yeah.
Sabu doesn't like black people. He should be the hard. He called Taz a hard R before on social media. Yeah.
Holy shit. Jesus. That's
weird. His real name is Terry. Those guys whose real name is Terry, man. Never can trust those Terrences.
I love that. Did you think this was fun, AEW? Sabu shows up and him and Jericho just drop hard R's on everybody.
Yes, Romeo's like, Taz isn't even black. He must have thought Taz was black. He's like, he black to me.
Absolutely. What the fuck is Sabu?
Terrence from Vegas.
What is Sabu? Like, what is he?
Huh? He's Indian.
What is?
That's what I said. I said. I mean, it'll be all right. We will give him the pass if we can call him a San.
No, we're not. I'm not against it, but I'm.
Moving on swiftly, we had a video package showing highlights of the upcoming AEW Women's World Championship matchup at Double or Nothing, with Toni Storm saying the only reason Jamie Hayter won the Women's Championship in the first place was because of help from Britt Baker, and now that she has help, it's not going to be the same. Hayter says that she is hurt right now, but it doesn't matter if she has one arm, two arms, no arms. She's going to beat Toni Storm at Double or Nothing, and Toni Storm said that she's going to take the remaining arm that Jamie Hayter has and she's going to eat it
raw.
We eat it raw. Yes. It's like, I was like, Jesus, okay, that escalated quickly.
I'd have been like, okay, cut, let's run that back, come up with something else. What the fuck? I actually think we kind of stumbled into a half decent story here. I forgot that Jamie Hayter didn't beat Toni Storm completely clean. That'd been a good way to go about it. But no, we decided to do the outcast thing with Hayter as Britt Baker's second, even though she's the world champion. All right.
Oh, we got Annika who says, "How hurt is Hater? If they changed titles, I would have preferred Ruby to win the belt." I think that she is legit hurt. Like I even heard Sean Rossap over on the AEW Dynamite review on Fightful saying that there might be a big change coming this weekend, and apparently Jamie Hayter was attacked on Rampage. So I don't know if the match is even gonna happen as is announced.
Okay, I'm not against that. If we pull this match rather, if Hater has to relinquish the belt, I'm okay with that. But no way should we do a title change where Hater gets pinned under any circumstances. I don't care if she actually rips her arm off and eats it. Hater should kick out it too. Like, no.
And Romeo confirming that Tony confirmed she's hurt on the media call, but will tough it out for Sunday. It's always with those arm and shoulder injuries with wrestlers. They always want to gut it through, especially if it's a pay-per-view.
I get it. So if she wins, I'm all here for it. Assuming there can be no further damage done, which was, I think, was Cody's excuse that he couldn't hurt his pec anymore. Not quite sure that's how medicine works, but all right, sure.
And even if she is hurt and she can't wrestle, Britt's telling her, "Don't be a Thunder Rosa. You go out there, you tough it out, and you drop the title to Tony." Unlike that bitch.
I can't even imagine.
It's true.
Shit, I forgot Sheeta came back. That's hilarious. I totally forgot Sheeta came back. There's a whole big angle.
They're going to be on Rampage. They're going to be on Rampage. Sheeta and Britt are going to be in action against Nyla Rose and Marina Shafir. Choco saying Sheeta, meanwhile, came back and doing nothing. Best wrestler they have and not on the card.
I'm very confused. Well, let's not get crazy now. Let's not lose our mind. She might be the best female wrestler not on the card. I suppose there's argument to make in that case. She's not better than Jamie Hayter. Stop it.
Jamie Hayter is the best right now.
That motherfucker. Yes. Wouldn't say. When Collision starts, what are we doing with Rampage? Is Rampage going to continue to exist as part of this?
Rampage is going to be Sunday Night Heat.
I don't know what that means because there was lots of iterations Sunday Night Heat.
Sunday Night Heat post MTV.
So it's just it's here. Yeah, Rampage already feels kind of here.
Exactly. So not really a big change.
Yeah, but whatever. I don't want to have to keep up with Rampage to know what the fuck's going on in Dynamite, which I kind of do now. I don't keep up. You just inform me of what's going on the show. Whatever. Fuck it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Next, we had Roderick Strong.
A second night to professional wrestling. Even you don't watch Rampage. What the fuck?
Roderick Strong going one-on-one with Daniel Garcia was next.
Why?
They stayed out here after the contract signing, and they didn't have a lot of time, and they got very much handicapped by the commercial break in the middle of this one. But what I saw was a good matchup here. It was physical. You had the hard hitting of Roderick Strong with the technical ability of Garcia, and also him being a douche, which is always fun. This one ends when Roderick Strong is able to fight his way out of the Dragon Tamer. He turns Garcia around with a kick to free himself. Then he hits the Death by Roderick, and then the end of Heartache to get the victory here. They only got about 8 minutes in this one, but like I said, what I saw of the 5 minutes that only showed of this matchup, it was a good matchup, and Roderick Strong picks up back-to-back victories over the Jericho Appreciation Society. What did you think, Jimmy?
Why is this here? Why are we doing this match for the pay-per-view? Who cares? That was all secondary thoughts I had. Primary thought was, do you remember when Daniel Garcia fucking headlined Dynamite but winning the Pure Championship? Now here he is losing to 57-year-old Roderick Strong. All right. Sure. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Feel free. I don't care about any of this. Outside of Garcia's dancing, which is hysterical.
I love that they compared it to Das Wonder Kid, Alex Wright. That was a great comparison. That was a great comparison.
Tony saying, thanks for reminding me about that. It's hilarious.
And no, Roxy, awesome. ROH is the NXT of AEW. Rampage is going to be Sunday Night Heat.
That shit was egregious. I saw the recent ROH taping card. Like, what the fuck are we even? Why is this here?
They have 19 fucking matches for tonight's show. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That is one of the more ridiculous things I think I've ever heard.
Hire a booker, please.
One thing for one show or the other.
He's got a team. Yeah, but he's leading the team. He's still leading the team. No, I'm saying you leave. Step outside, please.
He was like, you still got Brock Allwazzer as the quarterback, not Peyton Manning. But yes, we got a video package here for the debut of Mercedes Monet on AEW Dynamite, as we saw a clip of New Japan Strong's Resurgence show from this past Saturday. Mercedes looking great in her Snow White gear, going up against Willow Nightingale to determine the first NJPW Strong Women's Championship. A title that was made for Mercedes, but unfortunately Mercedes was injured during the course of the matchup, and Mercedes, being the giver that she is, basically made the call mid-match for Willow to get the victory since she was going to be out for an extended period of time. Willow Nightingale getting the win with a second Dr. Bomb to become the first ever Strong Women's Champion, and Willow talks about how it's time to show the world just how strong she is. AEW needs to showcase her now after this huge victory. Please do that.
She should be Jade.
What did you
move on with life? She's great. She's adorable. She's a babyface. She reminds me of Bailey. Yeah. Original Bailey, obviously. Yeah. This worked.
But you should have saw her in the matchups that she had on the show. She worked it like she was Aja Khan. So I think that potentially down the road, she can make a good monster heel for the women's division as well.
How tall is she?
I'm not sure. Someone could look it up. Yeah, you can look it up.
Height. 5'6". She's 5'6". She's not very tall. So I would ask you why you feel comfortable calling her a monster, sir. You all know the answer, but we'll keep it to ourselves. I like you, Willow.
Jesus Christ. Jesus
I don't care what anybody says about you. She's adorable. She's a great babyface. She's a great worker. And apparently she can work a stronger style, as you said. I don't need to see that belt on fucking AEW television because it's not a very pretty belt. And I'm sick of seeing non-AEW belts on TV. But she doesn't beat Jade. You've just seen it work. You've seen she works in that spot, so use her in that spot. It's not complicated.
Yeah.
Props to Banks. I mean, Mercedes. I'm not calling her by her last name. Props to Mercedes.
Monet. Money. Big Man Dogs pointing out that as anyone noticed, AEW isn't really doing TV specials, episodes, no beach bake, etc. I'll see. I mean, it's been like that pretty much this year so far. We didn't get a beach break in January or February. I guess they heard everybody complaining that didn't make any sense. But we'll see if and when they do Blood and Guts, because that's going to be on TV, and they're still going to do Grand Slam. So not all the TV specials they are doing this year.
I mean, I'm fine with less TV specials, especially when you had like 3 or 4 back to back. This is dumb. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Blood and Guts should be fun though.
It should be. Now, finally, we had the main event, which was the Lucha Bros. Penta, El Zero Miedo, and Rey Fenix defending the ROH World Tag Team Championships against the ROH World Champion Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. I thought that this was a great main event matchup because of the different styles of the two teams. You had the more technical and power of Claudio and Wheeler going up against the high flying and the teamwork of the Lucha Bros. Wheeler Yuta got a lot of time in this matchup, and I love Bryan Danielson pointing out on comment. Bryan Danielson was just completely channeling William Regal to the point he had to mention William Regal in this matchup, especially when Rey Fenix hit the Fire Thunder driver on Wheeler Yuta, and he points out, remember William Regal told you, remember what Regal told you, we protect our necks. That's why we're able to kick out. That's why we're able to kick out. Penta was going wild in this one. Rey Fenix looked good. good throughout. Claudio just looked like an absolute monster, just how he was tossing around both guys throughout this matchup. In the end, the Lucha Bros were able to isolate on Wheeler Yuta. Alex Abrahantes took the referee as the Young Bucks came from under the ring to hold Claudio Castagnoli on the floor as the Lucha Bros hit the Fear Factor and double stomp combination on Wheeler Yuta to retain the ROH World Tag Team Championships. So the Young Bucks have cost the BCC some gold ahead of Anarchy in the Arena at Double or Nothing. The rest of the BCC, Brian and John Moxley, came down to the ring chasing the Young Bucks off, and we see the Young Bucks in the crowd looking very smug as always. And we get John Moxley just decides, you know what, that my promo earlier tonight wasn't live in front of fans. I'm about to drop some more bars. He says, the Bucks can laugh while they still have their teeth, because at Double or Nothing, they are going to get plastered on the pavement. Anarchy in the Arena will be the wildest, most violent match in AEW history. And if he says the BCC will accept nothing less, and if people are squeamish at the sight of blood, then buckle up your seatbelts, because you ain't seen nothing yet. Drop the fucking mic, John Moxley.
Only person doing his job.
Loved the main event matchup. Loved Moxley's promo. This was probably the best, longest extended period of this show. What did you think about the main event and Moxley's promo here?
John Moxley doing the only thing that anybody has done to sell the pay-per-view tonight. Moxley the only one doing his fucking job. He must have stake in the company. He must get a piece of every pay-per-view sold. Fair enough. I appreciate it, sir. Your boss doesn't do it. That's just fun. It was fine. Good even. I don't know why it didn't click for me. Maybe because it's ROH title match, probably. It's like, who cares? I liked the Young Bucks interference. I didn't like the way it was shot. It felt weird. Kevin Dunn, I forget his name. Damn it. Do your job, sir.
Mansuri.
Thank you, sir. Mike Mansuri, do your fucking job. Stink. And to me, this is what I've been. I wish there was a god so he could fucking strike you with fucking electricity.
Jesus Christ, what are we doing?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Sorry, you deserve it. Put fucking dummy's face on Eddie Guerrero. You out of your mind? What are you, an asshole?
Papi Khan. He's Papi Khan.
They're not the Young Bucks. Thank you for reminding me. Young Bucks are not baby faces. They're just not. Nick Jackson in particular comes across perfectly smug. That's why I like him, because he feels like he knows he's the shit. Meanwhile, his older brother, older? Yeah. His older brother is fucking, it's just an acting douche. I hate him so much. He's so worthless. He didn't even bother me here. I'm just thinking about previous times where he bothered me. As always,
he's like, this is for history.
And Moxley was great. As always. Didn't feel like there's a pay-per-view on Sunday. It did not.
Yes.
At all.
And this is how it should have been fixed. I agree with EBB here. I honestly was expecting a fashion brawl, similar to the Go Home to Full Gear 2019. You needed Kenny and Hangman out there. I thought we were going to get the big brawl with Excalibur screaming, "Oh, this is what you're getting right now. Imagine what you're going to get this Sunday on pay-per-view. We're running." And then have Tony Schiavone do the regular Nitro exit. "We're running out of time. We'll see you on Sunday."
I gotta imagine Kenny's not there, because it's so wild that Omega's not seen it all. He has nothing to say. He's not helping the Bucks here. You don't do I gotta imagine Omega's not there for whatever reason. Knowing Omega, it could be a litany of different things.
Could be. He's gearing up for the video game. Fight forever. Right. But yes. Oh, Jimmy, it is about that time for us to give our ratings for the show, our match of the night, MVP and LVP. Of course, you can do so in the live chat. We will highlight so many comments and last call for super chat donations, because we always appreciate those. But Jimmy, let's put our thumbs in the middle for the May 24th, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs in the middle for Jimmy. Thumbs up for me. Out of 10, what did you give the show, Jimmy?
6.5. Fucking
6.5 for you.
Public school passing, Catholic school failing.
He was like, I went to Catholic school. That's a middle of the road. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Light 7. I would do 7. I only do 6.5 and 7. This feels closer to 6.75, but I'll grade it on a curve because I'm back in public school. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 for this show. What was your match of the night, Jimmy?
Jesus, I didn't like any of the matches really. Main event, I guess. I'm forced to choose.
I give it to the main event as well. I think that was far and away the best matchup on the show. I thought the opener with Orange Cassidy and Kyle Fletcher was good, but just too many tombstones and kickouts and just if you would have gave me half of those moves and Orange survived, I would have been fine with it and said it was match of the night, but it was too much. It was overkill. It was very indie-rific. MVP for the show, Jimmy.
I might go with fucking Dax and Briscoe. I don't do co MVPs, but I might have to. It's probably Mox. Hey, you're not gonna disrespect me on TV, nigga. You power drove him. Okay, yes, I'm going with Dax and Briscoe. Mox deserves it, but I'm sorry, Mox. I can't beat shake my hand, motherfucker.
I'm going with the co-MVP as well, but I'm going with Mark Briscoe for slapping everybody and John Moxley for the hard sell promos. Those are my MVPs for the show. LVP for the show, Jimmy.
I don't want to give it a dummy. There has been a while since I gave him one. You know what? You're up. This was a shitty show. It was shittily booked.
Yes, this is why I agree with you. I'm giving it to Tony Khan as well because he gave us back-to-back of some of the best episodes of AEW where it was a character, it was a narrative thread throughout the show. It ended on a high like last week's show and the week before that with the steel cage matchup to then give us this on the go-home show. It was like you petered out. You peaked last week and then you petered out this week.
Indeed. To be fair, when I saw the card for the show, I immediately went, "Ooh, this feels like a rough one."
I thought the card was fine. Like I think the real reason why I give it 7 out of 10 is because I thought the wrestling was good. It was just the angles and the go home nature of the show. Like I said, it was a solid to good episode of Dynamite standalone in a vacuum. But when you consider it being a go home episode, it's a bad one.
See, I hate it on all levels. I don't really care about the go homeness of it because it's not my company. Fucking, I don't have to sell pay-per-views. So what? Just care about my time being wasted, and it was. Boo.
We got Ace saying MVP was Mark Briscoe. Annika also says MVP Mark Briscoe. We got Frantic World saying Team TNA and Sammy LVP.
No, stop it. Team TNA, stop it.
Team TNA is the best. Danger Board is saying OC, Kyle Fletcher, and Match of the Night. Frantic World says MVP, BCC, MJF, and Aussie Open. Yes. Well, Jimmy, let's get your final predictions for all that's going down this Sunday at AEW Double or Nothing. Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm. Who you got?
It had better be Jamie Hayter. I don't care if she's got a broken neck. Be Jamie Hayter. Knock it off.
I'm going with Tony Storm because I think she's really legit injured. I think Tony's gonna get a real reign, not a reign where she's referred to as an interim champion. I think she finally gets a real reign as AEW Women's World Champion.
The fuck are we doing? God, I'll cry.
Sorry. Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho unsanctioned match with Sabu as special guest enforcer.
I think I'm gonna go with Jericho. Maybe Sabu turns. I'll go with Jericho.
It wouldn't be surprised. I really thought Sabu was going to turn when he was behind them on this show. So that wouldn't be the most surprising thing that I've seen on the show. But I'm going to go with Adam Cole because Jericho has to move on to bigger, better things. CM Punk when CM Punk is back here. What other ones? We've done a lot of them. We did FTR and Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. Wardlow versus Christian Cage.
Wardlow, sadly. Boo.
Unfortunately, yeah, it's Wardlow. It's Wardlow, isn't it? And I believe the only one we haven't done yet is Anarchy in the Arena.
I'm gonna say the BCC because we gotta have another match at some point. So I'm gonna go with BCC.
I agree with you. I think the BCC wins, and I think it's going to be thanks to the newest member of the BCC, Konosuke Takeshita. Don Callis, recruiter extraordinaire, is going to help Konosuke join the BCC because he bled to join the BCC.
Oh my God. That could be fun. Yeah, I'm happy he'll be here. He's great.
He is. He is definitely great.
Worth all the Juice Robinsons and fucking commanders in the world. Bandito.
Well, if you like predictions for Double or Nothing, you can join us here live tomorrow at 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time for our official AEW Double or Nothing preview. It will be myself, Joe Hobart of the Late Night Grin, and Russell Purist, as well as NK from Wrestle Things and Ace Techers on Wrestling. We're going to be talking about the show, breaking down the matches, the build up to these matches, and giving our final predictions for the show. We'll also have final predictions from Chrissy Love and our special guest for this Saturday, True Hill Heat 227, breaking down all the shows, doing final predictions for Night of Champions, NXT Battleground, the Best of the Super Juniors final, as well as AEW Double or Nothing. We'll be joined by Benno of the Grapple podcast, as well as Post Wrestling. We'll also be joined by Zach Haydorn of PW Torch. So much to offer from True Hill Heat 227 this Saturday. His real name is Richard Benson, and his nickname is Benno. Oh, Zach Haydorn. Yeah, that's his real name.
His real name is Richard Benson, and it's called Benno. And his name is Zach Haydorn.
Yes.
That sounds made up. Make sure it's not Dangor.
Oh, God. Anytime you say that, I'm going to give you...
Words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I got you back, sir.
You're talking about Trevor Mosby.
I got you back. I got you back, sir. Everybody else come at you.
Trevor,
I got you.
You talking about Trevor Mosby?
I hate you for way before you did anything wrong, sir. I hate you before you did anything wrong, sir. I got you back.
Let the people know where they can follow you on social media, Jimmy.
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter, where we tweet stuff, and at YouTube at Jimmy Macram, where we post stuff. I'm sorry about my energy. This fucking episode it really brought me down.
You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at True Hill Heat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you in the door. Got plenty of great content over there.
$3 a month gets you in the door. There's a Dangor joke in there somewhere. That would be nice because we're a professional organization over here.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
If you're still watching at this point, sir, I appreciate it. Your abuse for punishment. Gluttony for punishment, rather, BDSM. But spend $3 on hookers and spend your money on hookers, sir. Don't bother with these women reporters. Come on, man. Come on.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm just saying. They're journalists. They're going to snitch. That's what they do. They snitch on things that aren't even their own business. Of course, they're going to snitch it up on you. by a hooker.
Twitch.tv/True Hill Heat Gaming tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You got Blunt Impact. You can also check out our Twitch for our Impact Under Siege preview, as well as our Stardom Flashing Champions preview. Like I said, tomorrow we got our Double or Nothing preview. Check out our previews for WWE Night of Champions, as well as NXT Battleground that's on the YouTube channel right now. And join us live on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, AEW Double or Nothing, NXT Battleground Watch Party. Romeo will be here, the Around the Point crew, so you could join us live for all of that. Jesus Christ, we couldn't even end the show.
What? I'm trying to help them. You're the ones I forget all of y'all a few years ago. A few years ago, maybe a year ago. I don't remember how long it was. Oh, he's a young kid and leave him alone. Why are you so mean to him? Now all of a sudden he's pulling his dick out in airports. It's we're gonna get this case. I got your back, sir.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I got your back, sir. I'm giving you the game. I'm here for it. Hit me up. They'll use your real name. Otherwise, I won't know who you are. Oh, you can't. I blocked you. Shit. I'll unblock you, sir.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'll unblock you. Hit me up. That's sage advice.
He got up to 11. He got 12. He got 12 before we went off. Folks, this has been AEWramble, episode 95. We'll probably get kicked off of YouTube thanks to Jimmy. This has been AEWramble 95 Extreme Double Down. That is Jimmy Macram. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3, and we will see you next time.